Today we're talking about the Hamlin Orange. It is an early season low acid variety and it falls into a category of oranges that's referred to by several different names, but most commonly you'll hear them called sweet oranges. And in Arizona where I live, they're also referred to as Arizona sweets. However, despite that name, the variety doesn't actually originate from Arizona, but instead hails from Florida. It's important to note that if you were to take a seed from an orange and grow it into a plant, the resulting plant would not be identical to the parent. And that's exactly how the Hamlin originated. It was a seedling that grew by chance and became a very popular variety. The plant first grew in 1879 near Glenwood, Florida. That's just north of Orlando. And the name comes from the orchard owner, A.G. Hamlin. Now, the plant didn't actually gain popularity until some 15 years later during the Great Florida Freeze. It was during that time that Orlando got to its record low of 18 degrees and much of the citrus crop was damaged. The Hamlin performed a lot better than other citrus varieties and thereby became a popular cold hardy variety. Today it's one of the more popular varieties grown in Florida and it's primarily used for juicing. Now, citrus seasons are divided generally into early and late, with the cutoff being somewhere around mid-January. The Hamlin, also referred to as the early Hamlin, falls into that first part and can be harvested as early as, say, November or December. However, we're here just a few days away from April, and this tree is hanging on to fruit without any problems. So, in contrast to some other fruit varieties, say an apricot, where if you have 200 pieces of fruit, you better be ready to use them in a 2-week period. Citrus can hang on the fruit for 3-4 months without any problems and can be used over a longer period. The tree behind me, though, as you might be able to tell, is starting to bloom, and in about a week or so, it'll be covered in white flowers and smell fantastic. I've got 9 citrus trees around me, and walking around here in the spring is just amazing. But with the bloom, it also means it's last call for picking fruit. Good news is I still have a few pieces left on this tree, so let's bring them inside and take a closer look. Here are some of the Hamlin oranges that I've picked today. Let's first talk about size. I would consider the Hamlin to be about a medium-sized fruit. Just for comparison, I've brought a Tangelo, which I would consider on the larger end of the spectrum, and then a smaller golden nugget mandarin, which is probably about the size of some store-bought ones. So with that, you can see that the Hamlin is about in the middle between these. I'll move these out of the way and bring the Hamlin a bit closer. You can see that the rind is smooth and finely pitted. The color is a nice lighter orange color and maybe a little darker towards the bottom of the fruit. Now let's cut this one open and see what it looks like on the inside. All right, you can see that the flesh is a fairly light orange color, so not very orange at all. And there are a couple seeds. Some pieces of fruit are seedless, and some will have maybe 1 to 3 seeds in them, so nothing that gets in the way too much. As far as peeling goes, you can also peel this fruit, and let me bring another one here. So what I like to do is cut off the top and bottom. It's a bit tricky to do this through the camera. And then I make little slits along the sides. Make sure I don't cut myself. So it's not as easy as, say, a mandarin, but definitely can be peeled. And you can see once you make the cuts along the sides, it's pretty smooth going. Right, so this is what it looks like peeled. Now I gotta find a place where I can open the fruit. You can see there, and I'm gonna taste a piece and let you know how it tastes. All right, so as I was alluding to outside, the taste is very sweet. It doesn't have much acidity to it. It's just a mild, sweet orange flavor. So a great variety for just eating fresh. You can, however, also juice it. And here I have 2 glasses just for comparison. In my left hand is the juice of a Hamlin Orange, and in my right hand is the juice of a Tangelo. So you might be able to see slight differences in color, where the Hamlin is a bit of a more pale and lighter orange. So to taste that, just one second. Yeah, it's great juice. Definitely a pleasant taste, low acid, sweet flavor. Perfect for breakfast and anytime you are in the mood for orange juice. Now, while it is possible to juice these oranges, they are not as productive as, say, a Tangelo or a Valencia or some of these other oranges that are more juicy and better for that. So for me, I personally prefer to eat the Hamlin oranges fresh. It does take a little work to get them peeled, but definitely worth it. So in conclusion, I really like having this orange in my collection. If you are able to pick one up, I would highly recommend it. All right, I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching.